Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let me just get things up and running real quick. So, I guess I won't really be totally starting the ship. Kind of see what I mean by it in a moment. But these are 4 ships that I have been kind of looking to build. And I don't feel like doing the Celtic right now. But these... Yeah, hey Random Beluga Man. Sorry this took a while. I really lost steam on the Detroit after being completely unable to find a good basically I just wasn't able to get the condenser system working. I'm working on it though, trust me. The ship is not completely abandoned. I'm just starting a new one for now. So, speaking of which, let's figure out which ship am I starting. By the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. Alright then, Ionic. Let me just grab the planning paper for that one real quick. That's the one that has the demo, actually. So, you guys have kind of seen the Ionic, or at least part of it. Is that it? That does not appear to be it. Okay, hold on. This is going to take a while. I have like 100+ designs, by the way. Those were just the ones that I've been like really itching to do lately. So, hi Preston. Alright. We're starting on the Ionic. Now, time to get into Stormworks. Probably should have gotten this all loaded up earlier. Let me go ahead and change the thumbnail to actually reflect the ship that we're going to be building. Because I don't have... Obviously, I don't have like an in-game picture or anything. I just wanted a baseline, so... Baseline thumbnail. So, the Imperator Vaterland base ship was actually... one of the ones I kind of planned on doing. So what's the one for building? 2985. Turn all of those off. And yeah. Ironic. Does she have a sister ship? The ship's name is Ionic, and it's based off of the Celtic class. It doesn't have any sister ships explicitly. I guess in lore there would probably be a few, but I'm not going to build them because they aren't going to be that different from the regular ship, as opposed to something like my Olympic class. I'm not familiar with any major like refits or overhauls that changed a lot of stuff on the Ionic, or for the Celtic Baltic Cedric class. I'll just kind of take the final version of those ships and use that as my basis. So yeah, I guess in lore the ship would probably have like 2 or 3. Oh. And the crew says come back to the ship. Yeah, that does get really grating after a while, doesn't it? Okay. I'll turn that off. Yeah, keep it on. So, I actually have kind of built the Ionic before. Specifically, I have built the ship's lounge. It's probably a very lonely ship then. Well, keep in mind, this ship is, like, lore-wise, it's being worked... It's with, like, 5 other ships. But I have... If any of you have been on Stormworks and you saw this, then you already know... You know part of this ship. Sort of. This room is probably going to change a lot. Particularly that. I did not realize, when I was building this ship, I was not aware of the fact that if you just color the block that a light is on, it will automatically display that color. I was sitting here freaking out trying to figure out like, oh god, how do I make the lights all white? So I ended up doing this. It's like, just look at the... Actually, that's like a... Okay, no, that should be connected to something. That's right, it's composite. Look at this. This was how I got the lights working on the Ionic originally. This, it's so bad. Okay, now back. So we're gonna scrap that design. That was mostly just to prove that I could make the ship anyway. But we do have these. So the way that I generally start with the ship is I start by doing a 2D drawing on grid paper to determine where all the room layout and stuff is. This is why I have so many designs, because making those drawings is really easy and really fast. So I end up with hundreds of designs really quickly. But it's really easy to translate these straight into Stormworks. Do you see the Minecraft? Oh, I've heard about it. I haven't actually watched it. It's just kind of, I don't know. So what we're going to do is we are going to start, it seems that this goes out about 2 squares. And you'll notice my ship falls entirely on the grid. I'm not sure if that's something to be proud of or not, but that is like part of my process. So we need to get these up over about a quarter. So that is a distance of that. Well, it's more like that many. 9 over a distance of 2, 3, 4. Over a distance of 41. What's 9 divided by 41? 41 divided by 9. 4.55, 5 repeating 6. So we'll go ahead and make this one 6, and then 5. That should probably take care of it. Let's see if I did my math. I did not do my math even remotely correct here. Oh, we are a full square shy. At least, maybe. Okay, so we are 3 shy. Let's see, I put 1. Okay, so now what we have to do is increase all of these by 1. This is gonna take a minute. So they have 1, and then 1, and then that. And that gets us about where we need to be. You know the name Ionic reminds me of White Star Line ship. Oh yeah, that's intentional, because it's based, like I said, it's based off of the Celtic and Baltic and etc., etc. So yeah, no, the ships are named fairly similarly. Oh yeah, and if you guys are kind of curious about a tour, this is where the lounge is. This is where that build is. That's the dining room there. There's the first class pool right there. The staircase is like over here, but you know, I can't include all that on one part. So you get this for now. Then I need to kind of, so that goes out 4. Four, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1. Ah, damn it. Okay, so wait, hold on. Okay, so I'm trying to get this here. That's what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to have to adjust. Oh, that might do it. That looks about good, right? Oh, do I have the lore part, or am I gonna figure it out? Sorta. No, not really. Okay, whenever I go through a phase with a ship, I'm always like, oh yeah, and I come up with all this crazy lore, and then I forget it by the time I start my phase again. So I had lore for the ship, and I forgot it because I have a smooth dog brain. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Okay, there we go. That will work well enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I need to get from there to there. So let's see how just keeping on with this. 5, 5, 5, 5. Because that needs to go. Wait, hold on. That should only be going up 4. So what the fuck? Oh shit. Pardon my French, but this is wrong. Well, that's great. How did I... Okay, so this is part 2 to... is Ionic a White Star Liner? Not technically, just kind of close. So that is supposed to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is supposed to be a deck down. So what I appear to have done, there is supposed to be, I'm just noticing, only one floor between the dining room and the pool, and there are 2. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fix it, because I don't want to redo this whole thing. I wonder what screw-ups are going to be present on the other side of the ship. Probably just the same thing. So we're going to copy it basically down to there. And I am going to just shrink the ship down by a deck. Whoop. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So we're going to move cut. Wait. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to... Because that's where it's supposed to be. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we are going to shift this whole... downshift this whole part of the ship by a floor. And paste. And merge. And delete that line, because it doesn't really need to be there anymore. Okay. Don't know how I messed that up the first time I was making this planning model, but I did. So, woohoo! So, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. That actually Works quite well. All right. So, okay, so just to be clear, we're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decks to the top of the hull. I'm going to save this. And then do the same, make sure the same is on the string. So. Ah. There we go. Ha. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Okay. This side is correct. Somehow. All right. Cool. It's better than it being wrong. All right. So this goes out 2 more. And then goes up a lot. Up until that deck there. And then it's going to curve out from here. Actually, it goes up a little bit higher, so we'll just move it like 2. And then we'll go out like 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, shit. Okay, so that needs to slope up a lot more. We'll go 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2. There we go. Okay, so now we have the stern. It looks a little dopey right now, but don't worry. So Ionic isn't really a white starliner per se. It's more of a based on a white starliner. You know, kind of like what Shipwrecked does, where they have ships that are like sort of white starliners, but also sort of not. Yeah, no, now what we need to do is figure out how wide this ship is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of use... Okay, let's see. Celtic, Hermes, Celtic, length. 701. RMS Celtic width. So our beam is 75, 7. Okay, so we have 7, 7, essentially. So we have 705 to 75 is about, or 701 to 75. Do I remember RMS stands for? Royal Mail Ship. And then, yeah, the Iron Steep thing. So, just going to measure the ship's length out here and then plan the width out from there. Because it seems to be I just take that and then take off a 0. So we have 351. I don't have a pencil, so... It's 351. But no, I don't need... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remeasure, because I've already forgot what I measured out, like what the actual length was. So yeah, you're kind of starting to see what goes into making a ship in the beginning stages. So 351. So now what we're going to do is save stern. We're just going to load up the bow again. So 351 plus okay, hold on. This is going to take a hot minute to figure out. So a lot more than 351 so far. Plus 480. Okay, so 351 plus 481. 48. Oh. Plus 481. Which makes 832. Which means this ship is well, I'm not sure if it's 1-to-1, but if it is, this ship is technically a little bit longer than the real one. So that's interesting. Anyway, 382. That means this ship is going to be about 83 blocks long. Half of 84 is 42. So we'll just go 42 out. And that is the width of the ship. I should have probably done that a little bit closer to this. And we'll go ahead and make the ship a bit on the wider end of that spectrum, just because I think it'll look better in the end. Do you remember? Thought I saw a new chat pop up. Okay, so what we do now is pretty simple. I'm just gonna kind of make a curve out of this. And this wall's gonna exist no matter really what I do, so we'll put it in. Oh, my food's here. All right, I'll have to go AFK for a moment. Down 4. Down 4. Down 3. Down 3. Down 1. Down 1. Maybe this is too much of a curve. I know Stormworks doesn't like boxier ships. Don't mind me, just building lore. Nick was the first of 3 ships, kills it down much. So, okay, real quick, the ship's launch date, I do have that planned out. I always mark that down. The ship's launch date is 1904. Also, that's really fast for a ship of this size. What's your favorite fictional Roblox ocean liner you sailed on? Ooh, I don't know. I have a lot of good memories on Atlanta. Alright. I will be right back. I'm just going to go grab my food, and I'll bring it back up here, and we can continue the stream. Okay. Is OBS taking audio from this now? Okay, cool. All right. Sorry for the pause. Like I said, just grabbing my food. Maybe it's not. How loud is that? Okay, I'm just gonna have to tear into that. I've noticed I'm... So, yeah. Let's see. Back to Stormworks. So I think I'm going to actually shrink this curve down. But like, okay, fictional ocean liners. Fictional Roblox ocean liners. I think my absolute favorite has to be... probably Corinth, honestly. Like, I know... Not only am I shilling my own company, but it's also their latest and greatest, but that's kind of why. It's got all the fancy new toys, and it's got all the best construction. So, yeah, no. I'm going to shrink this curve down. So what we are doing, okay, so 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 2, two. Yeah, okay, so, and then a 4, and then a 5. So if I put that there, now I know where this needs to go. Huzzah. All right. And so then we have a 2 wedge there, and then that'll end up being a 4 wedge. So, the thing is, from this deck up, the superstructure changes, and instead so I'm actually gonna lay this out now, just to kind of gauge what's gonna happen. That's the boat deck, or at least the start of one, and that's another important deck. So we're gonna have this probably go up to about... Let me just load up the ship's davit type, which I think I'm going to go... Hold on, does Celtic use radial or Welland davits? Let me look it up real quick. Look at it real quick. The ship seems to use radial davits. Okay, yeah. I would love a picture of that, like on the boat deck. That would be really nice. But every depiction I'm seeing is using radial davits, so that's what we're going to use. So, here are my radial davits. If you've played with my ship, if you've messed around on... So actually, this is pretty good, because it means I can put the lifeboat here about... How far in is that going to go? Basically, I don't... Actually, no, I should do the radial davit test. That makes most sense. Load up, radial davit test. Oh, shit. Oh, thank fuck. Okay. That was stupid. Getting back to... No. Getting back to what I meant to be doing. Rad. So that basically shows me how far... Like, I built this little model just to test that the davits actually worked. But this shows me how far I need to have the... at least how far I need to have the boat deck out. So going up to there. Let's see. So... Okay, so that's how much space the boat itself takes up. Master That's main void. She does have a 3-class system. You did get that right, so yay. So we're gonna go ahead and take that up to about there. That should work. So that is the size of the ship's promenades. I wonder if like the original lounge design fits into that. Hold on. I like testing things like that. So, let's see. Did I make the promenades? Actually, wait, hold on. No, I don't want it that close. 11. So, 11. So we're going to cut that down by about that much. And we can have the lower promenades be a little bit larger. I think that works, honestly. So now I'm curious. If I clear that, load up the lounge, Ionic demo, because it does fit in that spot. Oh, it's a little bit wider, actually. Huh, I figured the lounge would get wider, not shrink down a bit. Oh well. It's still very pretty lounge demo. And it'll be nice for when I finish the ship. I'll try to keep the styles the same. As much as I can. Finish that out for a little bit. This is a method I've never used before. We'll go 15. 14. 13. 12. Not quite. So what we're going to have is we're going to have 5 here. And then here we're going to have a new block come out. And that'll be... Actually, no. Going to go out like that for a few. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, You'll actually find that this part is a little bit more art than science. But all I'm basically doing is I'm just trying to come up with the shape of the ship's hull going outwards. 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, and if I pull up the Titanic deck plans that I use, you'll notice on the tank top deck, actually, oh wow, I'm very behind, but you'll notice that the keel kind of does a weird kind of S shape. Like it gets, I don't really know how to describe it. But yeah, no, that. We're essentially just trying to replicate that. That is probably five, 6, 6, 7, 7. All right, because yeah, I think we're pretty much good to do this thing now. 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. I'll cut that back a fair bit. 11, 11. Okay, so 11, 12, and 8. So go ahead and go. We'll just keep it at 12, honestly. 12, 12. So we're now at 2, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, so now this lines up with that. The Coronic and the Canopic. Nice. I know where you got the name Canopic from. Where'd you get the name Coronic from? I'm just curious. Okay. So now we have this one done. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, that's the hard part, coming up with names that haven't been used yet. I'm sure there is an Ionic. I'm pretty sure that there is a ship named Ionic somewhere in the White Star Line catalog. I just don't remember where. So that's another 12. No, I can't do that. So this part actually goes up to, so, because it's already, there we go. All right, last one. Last little bit, and then we will be done with this little portion. And just like that, Ionic has the very beginnings of a hull. Ooh, I don't think I've heard of the Sarek before. That's a new one. Cleaning up a little bit. Making it a little neater. Well, no, that's not what I was planning to go to. Oh, I closed that tab. Whatever. Works well enough right now. Yeah. No, I figured. It's just like a name that they probably would have think of. Ionic. I only really put... I'm going to be real with you. I only really put this ship on the list of the spin the wheel ones because I've already made the demo for it. So it's probably good that I'm finally following through on actually making the ship. Could have worked on the Britannia again. I haven't touched that ship in a while. But yeah, no, this ship should be a little bit shorter than the, not much, but a little bit shorter than the, Detroit. Okay, so now that is one end part of the ship done. Now what we need to do is focus on the next. 2, 3. So now this one's a little bit different. Is the ship being built for the White Star Line or not? Okay, so how familiar are you with shipwrecked lore? It's a bit of a weird question, I know. Probably just going, oh, what? Shipwrecked has lore? Okay, so we want the ship to kind of have this shape once we get to the top deck, so that's what I'm going to kind of do. But they have a company called the Star Line, which is basically just the White Star Line, but you can't sue them for legal reasons. That's kind of what I'm doing here. I have a Yeah, no, I knew about the original Olympic, the one that was the sister ship to the Oceanic that never got built. I did get a bit of grease onto the drawing. Oh well. No, no, that's not what I want you to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've already gotten way too far, way too quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over. We're going to add a few more of these boys that are just kind of 2, 1, 2, and then 2, 2, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 5 of them. And then so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, no, Ionic is basically going to look exactly like a White Star Liner. It's going to be that in all but name. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to design this model to look like the ship. I'm going to kind of do this in a funny way. Just so I can get the top decks looking relatively okay. Kind of see what I'm doing in a second here. Yeah, no, it's like you're kind of starting to see how my probably ADHD kind of screws around with how this ship is going to be built, which probably makes this very infuriating to watch and also makes it really difficult for me to actually focus on building any one thing. So what am I doing about this section? Okay. So I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. But I think I'm going to have that be... It's going to be a very... Like, there are going to be kind of like awkward bumps in this ship. I actually kind of like the awkward bumps on older ships. I think it makes them look more... You know, I think the clutter makes it look interesting. So I'm going to do a lot of that. So that's going to kind of work like that. So I've got the actual hatch down to the boilers. I'm going to go ahead and put that down there. Yeah, okay, so that is same, like that. All right. But yeah, now you're starting to kind of see what the ship is going to turn out like when you're looking at the top deck. And, yeah, no. It's going to get pretty strange. So here we have this, but we're not quite doing it like, okay, so real quick. Whoop. So let's look. All right, so that, I see how that works out. Now I'm not actually, if I'm leaving a blank space like that, that's because that's promenade and will be covered over later. I mean, well, not that everything else won't be covered over later. It all will be. It's just the promenade stuff isn't, like, I'm mostly just trying to get the base hull. I don't really know what I'm doing, honestly. Plans are an illusion anyway. Let's go ahead and keep this ship rocking. So then we have that. So yeah, this is this bit right here is actually kind of the wheelhouse area. So just kind of trying to get a feel for how this is gonna end up looking once I finish it. So there's the wheelhouse. Oh, I missed that. Okay, so I'll have to cut the stream short soon here. It's almost time for me to feed the animals, and I think that'll be about where I call the construction of the ship good for the day. But yeah, no. You can see the Statue of Liberty, and it varies. But yeah, no, okay. Oh, and by the way, thanks for the reactions, Skeleton SK. That is a neat little emoji. So here we have the Ionic just slowly coming together. And you will notice here that this doesn't really drop any lower than here. So there's about, like, if you were to take all the promenades off the ship, this is pretty much what you'd get. So So yeah, there you have Ionics. Oh hey, hey Bog. 4. 6. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Oh my god. Okay. Four. Okay, so sometimes this thing gets finicky. I think I'm just not supposed to be doing it in this almost, not really slapdash, but you know. So let's crank it up to 6. 6. 7. Oh my god. There we go. Oh wait, no, it's supposed to be 6 from there. Okay. Bro. Oh my god, just work with me, please. Okay. No, I don't hate the editor. The editor's fine. It's like one of the least broken parts of the game. 7. 7. I should have this going out to here just to keep in track of. So 8. 9. 10. 11, and then 12. So now what we have is now we have the ship's bow laid out, and I can go ahead and finish what I was working on. So we're going to quickly do that. And then we can, like, after this, we can go ahead and check out what it looks like in game. So let's see. Stairs are about 3 wide, right? Yeah. They are. So that is about as wide as that thing, as this guy gets. So okay. And just like that, we've got that little thing done. And okay, so and all right. So because yeah, this ship has a very, very long forecastle deck, kind of, and it is very much intentional. Da, da, da. So yeah, this will probably be the ship I'm working on for the next while, up until I guess I finish the hull and get it painted in about to the same place as Detroit is before I start trying to work that system. Okay, almost there, almost there, almost there. All right then. Tomorrow we'll probably work. Well, okay. Tomorrow we're definitely going to finish up this part when it comes to the stern. Do kind of same thing. And then we will go ahead and okay. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and create a mission for the Ionics, spawn both sides in just to kind of see how they're coming along. And there we go. There we go. All right. So that is what we got done. It's definitely a lot better than it was. It's getting there. You know, it's funny just how quickly, like, once you start filling out the sides of the ship. Does this already have? It does not. Oh, actually, that's helpful. No, not that. Oh, that's right. Those are the painted bits from when I kind of... Okay, that seems to be about connected, and I'll just move that back ever so slightly. So let's see what we did. What he building? I'm building a boat. Namely, it is based off of the Celtic. So here's what we've got so far. The inside of the ship is not filled out at all yet, so that looks a bit weird. Got this kind of skeleton in the middle, and everything else looks fine. So here we have the actual promenades themselves, the decking for them. So what views are complete, like in terms of this step? Well, there's this view here. That's not at all. Basically, we've got one good view complete, and that is just kind of everything out here. So there's where the two funnels are going to be. They're going to be very close together, you know, because that's part of what I like. Hello, Shane. Sorry to catch you all at the very end of all this, but, you know. Here we have the stern. This curve is actually done. That's about it. But yeah, no. I should actually, So, okay. First of all, I'm going to save this. And then... Ionic 1904. And then I'll take Detroit 1927. Or not. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Yeah, okay, so that's already in the water. We'll go ahead and take Ionic 1904 mission. And we're going to go ahead and just plop the Detroit down next to her. So we're going to spawn that in and just see kind of how the Ionic kind of scales up, just so I can give you guys a good feel for that. And this is going to take a while to load. As it really does tend to. Okay. So yeah. The best view for this is going to be just kind of top down. And you can already kind of see Detroit is a fair bit longer than the Ionic. Not by too much, but not by too little. Oh! I guess I can give you a small update on the Detroit at 2 frames a second. This is the ship's grand staircase. I have actually kind of started working on it. Just because I felt like it, and it was better than the alternative, which was just working on more passenger shit. So, yeah. Here is what which was just more engineering bullshit, and I was not having that, so... Here is what the Detroits, your ship for those with the RMS colonel called the Ionic class. That makes sense. I would try to up that up to 4 just because it's based on the Celtic class. I'm not going to build all 3. Like I said, it's just kind of... But yeah, there's the Detroit's grand staircase design. It is very Normandy inspired. But yeah, no. That's all I have for that ship. And yeah, you can kind of make out the rough details. So, actually, are they the same width? No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Oh, they might be. Ionic might be a bit wider. That's not good. Whatever. Oh. It appears I am falling to my death. Not quite. Alright, well that concludes today's episode. I'm going to go ahead and deload these so the game starts running a bit faster. And, yeah, no, I'll see you guys in the next one. I've got stuff to get to tonight, so...